He woke up at 5 a.m., not for a photo shoot, not for a rehearsal call, not because a manager forced him to. He woke up because of jet lag. And instead of going back to sleep, he chose to work out. And the one who revealed this unexpectedly? Wang Yibo. But why did this simple story about Xiao Zhan leave millions of fans emotional? The lights were bright. The schedule was packed. The atmosphere backstage was buzzing with quiet tension. It was one of those intense, overseas schedules, the kind that drains even the strongest performers. New city, different time zone, endless fittings, media appearances, rehearsals, smiles that must remain flawless no matter how tired your body feels. Jet lag is not romantic. It is heavy. It disorients the mind. It makes your body wake up when the world is asleep. And that morning, at exactly 5 a.m., Xiao Zhan's body refused to rest. Most people would turn to the other side of the pillow, close their eyes again, steal another hour of sleep. But he didn't. According to Wang Yibo, Xiao Zhan got up. Not slowly, not reluctantly. He fully woke up and started exercising. Let that sink in. Before makeup artists arrived, before stylists prepared racks of designer outfits, before managers reviewed the day's script, he moved. And when Wang Yibo shared this story, it wasn't dramatic. It wasn't exaggerated. It came out casually, almost like an inside joke. A soft, amused confession about his colleagues' unexpected discipline. But for fans, it was not just a funny anecdote. It felt like a window, a rare, unfiltered glimpse into the quiet habits behind the polished image. Here's what makes this story powerful. In the entertainment world, especially for global stars, image is everything. We see the red carpets, the perfectly tailored suits, the calm smiles under flashing cameras. We don't see 5 a.m. We don't see the silence of a hotel room in a foreign country. We don't see the loneliness of jet lag. We don't see the exhaustion hidden behind professionalism. And yet, that is where character is built. When Wang Yibo mentioned it, you could almost hear the unspoken admiration between the lines. Not loud praise, not dramatic compliments, just that subtle tone that says, yeah, that's him. Since their breakthrough collaboration in the Untamed, the public has analyzed every glance, every interaction, every shared stage. Their chemistry became legendary among global fandom communities. But this story wasn't about chemistry. It was about consistency. Xiao Zhan didn't wake up early to impress anyone. There were no cameras, no live stream, no behind-the-scenes crew documenting his dedication. He woke up because his body clock demanded it, and he chose to turn discomfort into discipline. For international female fans, especially those balancing careers, families, and personal dreams, this hit differently, because we all know what it feels like to be tired and still show up. Now let's slow down and really sit with what this means. Jet lag is more than just a physical inconvenience. It's a disruption, a quiet reminder that your body and your environment are no longer in sync. For global artists like Xiao Zhan, this isn't rare. It's routine, crossing continents, adjusting to new climates, new languages, new expectations. Every city demands a different version of you. Polished, punctual, perfect, and somewhere in between all that, there's a 5 a.m. wake-up call. No applause. No stylist waiting outside the door. No manager reminding him to stay in shape. Just a quiet hotel room. The kind of silence that feels heavier when you're far from home. And this is the part that truly struck fans. He didn't complain. He didn't dramatize the exhaustion. According to Wang Yibo, he simply got up and worked out. Think about that choice. When your body feels disoriented, when your mind is foggy, when you could easily justify staying under warm sheets. He chose structure over chaos. Exercise, especially in moments of physical imbalance, is grounding. It's a way of telling your body, I am still in control. It's discipline wrapped in self-care. And perhaps that's why Wang Yibo shared it with that subtle, almost amused warmth. Not as a headline, not as praise, but as something so naturally him that it was worth mentioning. Because when you work closely with someone through long filming hours, intense rehearsals, emotional scripts like the Untamed, you begin to understand their core habits. You see who they are when the cameras stop rolling. And apparently, Xiao Zhan is someone who wakes up before sunrise and chooses effort. Let's talk about why this hit differently for international female fans. Because for many women watching from around the world, whether in Seoul, Jakarta, London, New York, or Dubai, 5 a.m. is not unfamiliar. It's the hour mothers prepare breakfast before anyone wakes up. It's the hour professionals answer emails before commuting. It's the hour students revise notes before exams. It's the hour of invisible strength. And hearing that a global star shares that same quiet discipline, it bridges distance. The glamour fades for a moment. The red carpets, the luxury brands, the flashing cameras, they all dissolve into something very human. A man in a foreign country, awake too early, choosing not to waste a moment. Social media reactions reflected that emotional connection. Fans weren't just laughing at the funny jet lag story. They were proud, deeply proud. He doesn't stop improving. That's why he shines. This makes me respect him even more. Notice the pattern. It wasn't about visuals. It wasn't about fashion. It was about character. And when Wang Yibo told the story, there was no exaggeration. No attempt to turn it into a motivational speech. That authenticity made it even more powerful. Because real discipline doesn't announce itself. It just exists. Quiet, consistent, unshakable. In today's entertainment landscape, headlines are often loud, dramatic, explosive. But this moment, it was soft. No controversy, no viral scandal, no carefully crafted publicity angle. Just a small detail shared in passing. And yet it lingered. It lingered because it revealed something fundamental about longevity in this industry. Talent draws attention. Charm builds fandoms. But habits build legacy. Every flawless stage appearance, every calm interview, every confident walk under flashing lights, they're supported by unseen hours. Early mornings, personal standards, self-imposed discipline. 5 a.m. wasn't meant to be symbolic, but it became symbolic. It became proof that even when his body is confused by time zones, Xiao Zhan refuses to let his routine collapse, that he protects his energy, that he prepares himself before the world demands performance. And perhaps the most touching part, Wang Yibo didn't reveal it to elevate him artificially. He shared it naturally, like one professional acknowledging another's quiet dedication. Sometimes admiration doesn't need grand words. Sometimes it's hidden in a simple story about sunrise. So the next time you see Xiao Zhan glowing effortlessly on stage, remember the silent hours before dawn. Remember that discipline is rarely glamorous, but it is always powerful. And maybe, just maybe, tomorrow morning when your alarm rings earlier than you'd like, you'll think of that 5 a.m. hotel room in a distant city. Will you close your eyes again? Or will you rise? Because sometimes the smallest decisions, the ones no one sees, shape the brightest outcomes.